Hello everybody and welcome to my video, Getting Tidier. I hope you're well and I hope you're keeping up with your challenge. So I've been doing quite well with my challenge. I've got 4 days to add to the end for a mix of reasons. One, I missed my steps and it was about 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. Twice my battery ran out on my watch, so I wasn't able to evidence how many steps I'd done. I think another time I completely forgot once I got to 8,000. I need to put an alarm on my phone really that tells me, like at 7 o'clock, check your watch. We've also discussed it's not particularly accurate. So like when my husband has done 10,000 steps and we've walked the same amount of distance and I've only done 4,000 according to my watch. So a bit of a mix for you today. So I'll be doing some work in the kitchen, as you can see. Also, I show you a glimpse of my garden. If you're not already following my gardening channel, please do follow me on my gardening channel. You'll see more of me in my garden and sorting out all the vegetables that I grow. And then you'll see me doing some tidying in other rooms, the bathroom, the stairs, the little landing area. So quite a few things that I'm sorting out. I am feeling like I'm never going to get the house tidy. But as many of you have told me, the more things I get out of my house, the easier it will become. So I just keep focusing on, if I'm clearing things out and getting rid of things, like many of you told me, you can't tidy around clutter, which I never realised until probably January of this year. I used to empty out the bathroom cupboard and then put everything back in, clean the shelf and then put everything back in. And I would look at things that I've not used for like 5 years and think, oh, well, I might use that. It's a bit of a waste for me to get rid of it. But I'm getting better and better at thinking if I'm not going to use it and I haven't used it for 5 years, I just need to put it in the bin, put it for my sale or give it to charity. So you can see that some real fast moving clips of my garden, because I know some of you prefer to see tidying and sorting inside, so I never really want to bombard you with gardening, which is why I put my posts on my separate gardening channel. But you can see I've got a lot going on in my greenhouse, and we all went out as a family on Sunday. It was really nice. So my husband did some digging, my daughter was sorting out some plants, and I was repotting some of my kohlrabi because I lost some of them in the really hot sunshine we had, so they literally fried in my greenhouse. My automatic watering is working fairly well, but there are a couple of areas where that just seems to miss. So I have to manually go and water those plants. And I was really pleased also, there was quite a few raspberries. So not enough for the 3 of us to have a dessert, but there was certainly enough for my daughter to have raspberries. So she had some as a little treat, actually at breakfast time. Actually with a bit of ice cream. So that was a real treat for her. And then you'll see I'm back in the kitchen. So I feel like I'm never on top of the kitchen. This is literally, you know how often I'm washing up. You know how often I'm tidying up in the kitchen. And it just seems like it gets back like this almost on a daily basis. So if we miss 1 day of washing up, this is what it's looking like. And I also said that I wasn't going to leave all clothes on the floor. I just need to make sure that I put them at least in a basket, because it looks so much tidier if it's in a basket. When I haven't got quite enough washing to wash, I do put everything in the washing machine and just leave it there so it's not on the floor. So I was getting all my whites done, and the good thing was my husband put all the whites out for me and brought them all in when it was then starting to rain. So that was a good job. He is really good at things. And whatever I ask him to do, he helps with. And sometimes I just forget that I have to ask. This morning he was off really early to London, which meant I had to do my own breakfast and my daughter's breakfast for the first time in, I don't know, a year. Which meant I didn't actually have breakfast. I had a water, which is bad of me. But my daughter had a little tea cake or a little hot cross bun, and so she was happy. So I did the school run by myself this morning, came back and did some work. I've then got a number of different things to deal with this afternoon. I've found that I need to go over, before tomorrow, I need to go over and show that I've got evidence to be able to work in the United Kingdom in order to do my work for the elections. That seems absolutely ridiculous, given that I'm already, you know, employed in several roles, but you have to do that, and you have to do that face to face. So I've emailed them back and said, well, I'm working, and then I pick my daughter up, and then she goes to band, and then after band I'm a guide leader, and then after I got home from guides I then wait for my husband to return to London from London to then decide when I can go out to get these documents checked, and then I've got to find the documents. At my doorway you can see there's quite a few bags. They're all charity bags. So I got rid of loads of clothes from my video a couple of days ago, so I'm glad you enjoyed that. A couple of you also asked, what is this on the side here? So this is my outside toilet. It's where I store the bins, and then the window on the left is the window to the pantry. So you've always seen the pantry from the other side. So it's quite nice to have this space down the side. We did think about extending the house to the side for a while, and we got planning permission. Well, we looked into getting planning permission, but then we decided that it would just feel like there's less space and less garden area, and it would make the house warm, so we decided not to extend. And then the video goes on to me clearing up my little table, the little table that I'm going to sell and get rid of. Ends up have various things stored on it. So I was clearing that up and sorting that out, and there's a few things that just now need to leave the house. And then I'm doing more in the kitchen, and you can see that this is a separate day. These videos have been done over a number of different days, and you can see how quickly the kitchen all goes back to being untidy. There's bottles and containers there I can just easily put away, and the cake tin on the left my daughter took in to school when she made those cakes, but you know, the cakes weren't cooked properly, so they were all wet in the middle, which is such a shame. Like, she was so excited to be able to make cakes that she could eat, and then the fact that they weren't even cooked is just a waste, really. But it's just one of those things. I suppose first step in the right direction, the school are actually thinking about doing something like that, which is thoughtful and considerate. I think I'll be tempted to see whether next time she can just make cakes and she can say they're for Daddy, but it just seemed really nice that she'd be able to make cakes that she could eat. So a few things to update you on. I have applied for that job, and the funny thing was I got 2 emails to ask me whether I had applied for it. So, well, it's not supposed to be an application, it's supposed to be an expression of interest, but it took me hours to do, hours and hours. So I've sent that off, so I'm just going to see what happens. And what I thought was, if it's not meant to be, and I have asked about this and said, you know, can I be given a black and white answer as to what I should do? And it just doesn't feel like it's very clear to me. What I thought was, if it's not meant to be, what they'll come back and say is, I'm sorry, someone else has got the job. And they'll come up with a reason as to why I'm not meant to do it. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm going to see just what happens now. And I've got now 2 weeks before our holiday. So there's lots going on in the house. I'm sorting things out and clearing things up, because my view is that the more I clear up and the more I sort out, the easier it's going to be to get everything ready for holiday, and also the easier it will be for packing and for when we get home. You can see I'm in the kitchen. My daughter was then due to practice her violin, and one of the strings was slightly out of tune, so I just tuned it for her. And then I came out of the kitchen, because you shouldn't have an instrument near the moisture or steam. So the other good news is my daughter passed her viola exam, and she got a merit. And she got 2 points from a distinction, which is absolutely fantastic. She's only been learning since September, and she does 1 week viola and 1 week violin. So if you think what that's about 10 months, so it's actually probably about 6 months of learning. So she's really, really pleased with that, and I'm really pleased with how she's getting on. So that's good news. I have said to her that I think probably as she gets a little bit older, she'll need to decide what instruments she continues, because you know she does the flute the violin and viola, you don't physically have the time to practice all of the instruments every single day. So I'm sort of seeing whether she would like to perhaps put the violin on the back seat and take forward the flute and the viola. But when I mentioned that, she's like, no, I want to keep doing it. So we'll see what happens. I don't know whether she may feel like I want her to continue with the violin, but I don't mind either way, because as you know, I played the violin for a number of years and I like the fact that she does the same instrument as me. She does have a full-size violin waiting for her to play, but if she chooses to play the viola, then I'm happy with that too. So we'll see what happens with that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to read through a few of your comments like I always do. So I've been very lucky with all the different comments that you've added to my channel. So the first comment, Carolyn, I wish you had a week off work while your family stays in their routines. You could get so much done. You look really cute. Oh, thank you for the positive comment about my clothes. Bluebird said happy anniversary to us. She says, I'm sorry your daughter had a couple of very tough days at school. It's so hard when we see our children upset. I hope she's feeling better. She is, thank you, Bluebird. I think it was actually just exhaustion that then made the emotions feel so much worse. So she was really, really tired, and that just made her feel so much more emotional. Yes, you're making good progress with the house, and your continued decluttering is getting you closer to the tidy house you want. Sometimes it's frustrating when we don't see the change we want quickly, but give yourself credit for even small improvements. Remember that your daughter is learning tons of good habits from this process, and you're setting her up for her own success later on when she has a house. We moved 2 of our kids into their apartment. So tiring, but they're getting settled, and I think they'll do well there. Oh, that's very nice that you're providing that support as well, Bluebird, to your children. Must be a strange thing when they move out. I can't imagine that. Laura Mitchell said at 8:42, if I'm correct, if your dining room is on the right and your kitchen is on the left, what is the bump out to the left of the kitchen where the rain barrel is? So that is the outside toilet. I call it the coal shed, but now it's like a storage space for where the boiler is and the lawnmower, and also I store the go-kart there. So that's what that part of the area is. And like I was saying earlier, we did think about extending across there and making the kitchen bigger, but I was so worried about heating the house up. I don't want the house to be warm. It's so lovely and cool in the summer. Any chance you could plumb in, this is Kitty Cookie, any chance you could plumb in the washer and buy a dryer and put it in the pantry, then put a dishwasher where the washer is now. I want to make life easier for you. Happy anniversary to you both. So I had thought about putting the fridge and the freezer in the pantry, and then putting a dishwasher where the fridge is. So my mum has got a fridge freezer, so it would be a bit more of a pain to go into the pantry to get milk out or cheese out or whatever, but it would be a great benefit. So we have thought about that, but you know me, I won't buy another white good item until something goes wrong. So I'm not sure what we can do there. I suppose I could move the fridge out. The fridge is a fitted fridge, so you know it's got the fake door on the front, so I suppose we could take that out and put it in the pantry. I'll have to ask my husband about how that would work. Brett 6117, I don't comment a ton because I try to wait until I watch the entire video, but by the time I finish watching I often don't remember things that I'd comment. I think that's why some people, Brett, comment throughout the video, so sometimes they'll just add things as they go along. I don't mind either way, up to you. Don't be too hard on yourself. Nothing became this way overnight, even though it feels that way. You can't expect to reverse things overnight. Yeah, that's very true. A key thing that changed for me is I realised I need to decide what to keep, not what to get rid of. I once wrote a blog post that was similar to the way a museum curates a collection. Things are more treasured when they're curated to the best of our best. By best, I don't mean fancy, I mean most important to us. As others have mentioned, I also took photos of things that didn't really fit my life anymore and were harder to let go, but I didn't want to forget them. It really made things easier after the first few items. That's a good idea, to look at it as not what you want to get rid of, as to what you want to keep. That is a really good perspective. I like that. That could make me get rid of more things. I find it hard to take photographs of it, and I probably won't do the photograph bit, because if I take photographs of things, I'll then regret it later, looking at the photographs. I've even done that with my daughter's clothes, where I've, say, sold some good quality Boden clothes, for example, and then I look back through photographs and I think, oh, that cute little dress, why did I get rid of that? So if I hadn't got I only had the photographs, obviously, to sell them, to post them, put them on eBay. So yeah, if I hadn't had the photographs, I probably would have forgotten. I think you're doing the best thing you can for yourself regarding your current work situation. Stay prayerful and open-minded, and you never know what might happen. Usually when a manager really, really wants you to apply, it means that you're valuable to them, and sometimes it means you might ultimately have leverage to help your situation. Sorry for such a long comment. Hugs. That's a fantastic comment. Thank you ever so much for that. And Laura Mitchell has also commented, say yes to these ideas. I watched someone else declutter that way. She has lots of sentimental items, but instead of saying I must get rid of some things, she said I get to keep my favourite things and arrange them beautifully in this glass cabinet so they really stand out and I can really enjoy them. She said it was a game changer for her. And Sarah Mill also said, yes, good comment. Changing your mindset to decide what to keep rather than what to get rid of really does help when decluttering. Thank you. So Brett doesn't comment often, but when she does, it's great help. Thank you very much. Casey, is there any way you can rejig the kitchen to take a dishwasher so someone else worrying about how much time I wash up? Thank you for that. Can the washing machine be relocated? When you gather up all the 10 or 20 things from each room, are you taking them straight out to the car so that next time you're out you can drop them to a charity shop? Or are you collecting them up somewhere in the house for a later date? If you are not strapped for cash, then please don't put yourself through a yard sale. You're already doing so much each day. From what you'd earn, you could just haul it off to the charity shop and see it as you're blessing someone else. Very, very good comment, Kaylee. The reason why I am saving things up is because that was a way of my daughter getting rid of things. So all the clothes, I'm not wasting my time trying to sell clothes because clothes don't sell. So all the clothes are going to charity, unless they're things like Boden clothes, in which case I'll sell them on eBay. All the other bits, I've encouraged my daughter to get rid of things by saying we're going to have a sale. So she's really excited about having a sale. Kitty said about putting a dryer in the dining room. She deserves one. A dishwasher would be fantastic in the kitchen somewhere. She spends so much time at the sink. I've just got my first dishwasher, a slimline one. Why on earth did I not get one years ago when I worked full time and my son was still at home? I don't know. Yeah, I think once you've got one, you never go back, do you? You never go back. User CF6 said B. I don't know why that doesn't say your name, but this is Caroline. Hi Emma, happy anniversary to you and your hubby. Best wishes, Caroline. Don't be so hard on yourself. Clutter easily builds up. A house is there to be loved. What if things do get a bit untidy? It's not a dirty house. You work hard in all aspects of your life, and at the end of the day, you have a lovely home and garden filled with love and memories. Loved your daughter's flower headpiece. You wore it well. Oh, what a very lovely post, Caroline. Thank you very much. Julia Thomas says happy anniversary, enjoying your vlogs. Brooke Howell says thanks for showing us the picture from the show, and happy anniversary trip. Happy 21st. I've finished the video. This is Brett. I've finished the video and now I've got more. First, happy anniversary to you both. 21 years is a big milestone. I know, it's incredible, 21 years. When I got married, there was a couple there, my cousins, and they'd been married for 10 years. And I was like, wow, 10 years is a long time. And now suddenly we're on 21. I want to say the other day, the green dress you tried on was super flattering. I didn't mind the length, but if it bothers you, you could get it hemmed somewhere inexpensively. And third, the flowers from your sister did turn out beautiful. Finally, did your husband sneak something on the top of your kitchen cabinets again? Yes, you spotted that before I did, Brett. He put muffin cases, you know, little bun cases, a pack of bun cases on top of the cupboard. And when I said to him, whatever have you done that for? I'm trying to keep that clear. He said, oh, I just wanted to put them away. I didn't know I did that. Just think he does it automatically. And then final comment from Karen. You are incredible. If you measure all the things your hands do every day, you're way over 10,000. Oh, see, now you can see how lovely all your comments are and how motivating you all are. So thank you very much for your kindness and for your support. So you can see I'm back into the kitchen and clearing up and sorting out, but also still sitting on the side. So I think the first thing I'm going to do when I finish this voiceover is go into the kitchen and put all the things away that need to go away. So I can put all those bottles and the cake tin, which has now been sitting there for 4 days. The scissors can go away. And then you're right, the bit on the left, the draining rack, that does end up being a bit of a dumping ground really, because I take the things in the drying rack and I just put them there on the left hand side, ready to be put away, rather than put them straight away. That's usually because I just want to crack on with the washing up. So it's much easier just to clear it all off, but I should just put everything away at the same time really. So the rest of my video, you'll see shortly, my husband comes in and he does the dinner, which is super. He does a lot of dinners. And then you'll see me moving on to the stairs. So the stairs has become full of all different bits and pieces and really does need a good clear and a good sort, and then a good brush and a good clean. I find this always happens. I just spend my life moving things from different rooms backwards and forwards, and then I put loads of things on the stairs and the stairs gets messy. Then I take everything up the stairs and it sits on the top of the landing and the landing is messy. So in a minute you'll see me clear all the stairs, brush the stairs, sweep the stairs, and then I sort the landing out as well. Well, I might have saved that for the next video. I'm trying to do like extra videos because I'm not going to be able to do much while I'm on holiday. But tell me, what do you want to see while I'm on holiday? Would you like to see where we're staying? Would you like to see where we go? Would you like to say what we do? Or would you like no videos at all and I'll catch up when I get back? Let me know in the comments, please, what you'd like. So for those of you that aren't already aware, because I think I have said this on one of my videos previously, we're going to Rome for 4 nights. Then we're going to Naples and Pompeii for 4 nights because my daughter has been studying about Pompeii. So we thought, wow, it's not far away. That will really bring to life her learning. And then we go to Abruzzo and we're there for 1 week. And then we go to a holiday park for 2 weeks. I just did a voiceover clip and none of it's saved for some strange reason, so I don't know what's happened there. So you can see now I'm cleaning up the section right at the very top of the stairs. Look, it's got very dusty and I'm cleaning that all up. Unfortunately, the oil on one of those oil smelly things leaked and look, marked the corner there. So I'd quite like to get rid of that, but I can't get rid of the oil thing until I repaint this area. So I've put that back on the space. I don't really like those oil things. It's got dusty, it doesn't really smell much, and I just like to put it in the bin. And that lovely candle there, I got bought that by a family member, but unfortunately it's hazelnut. And I would not risk lighting a hazelnut candle with my husband or my daughter. I doubt, well, the candle might not have actually been anywhere near hazelnuts, but nobody's that keen on smelly things in the house unless they've been tried and tested beforehand to make sure that it doesn't make them wheeze. And hazelnut candle, I assume that might have some hazelnut oil in. So I thought that would not be very good. That would not be good to light. And then often what happens is I leave all the things at the top of the landing that I've sorted out from the stairs. But today I decided to keep on going and clear all the things on the landing as well. So I've got a few holiday bits, a few things that need to go in other places, some odd socks. So I sat and sorted all those out. For some reason, my husband's used the rocking horse as some sort of coat hanger. So I took that off. I think I'm going to try and sell that rocking horse on the sale. My daughter kept saying about wanting to keep it and liking it, but really, we don't have the space for it. And yes, I know she'd probably like it if she has children, she'd like her children to go on it. But I've got to then keep it in storage somewhere for all that time. It's not something small that can just be put in the cupboard, is it? So I think that will have to go. And I am going to take up that idea. Someone said to me, the cupboards in the dining room, I could put like certain games, board games. I think that's a really good idea. There isn't enough space in those cupboards for all of them though. But for those board games that we use regularly, I thought that makes sense because we sit in the lounge together and play them. So I thought like Ticket to Ride, Downfall, Tumbling Monkeys. I could put all them in there. Anyway, if you've got this far, thank you so much for your ongoing support, ideas, comments, motivational words. I very much appreciate them. I am keeping on going, even though I still feel that my house is untidy. I feel like things are maybe improving a little bit as I manage to get rid of more and more things outside of the house. So thank you, and I'll look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye!